This is Mary at the.meri.atelier, and this is an unlisted stream. I'll review it, and if I like it, I'll let it go live, which I probably will. I want to catch up on some of my Inktober drawings for 2020. I'm using a Pen Plus Gear fine point pen. I'm going to use blue calligraphy ink and Winsor Newton blue calligraphy ink and Higgins Black Magic permanent ink and a variety of little brushes. So for 2020, I have been doing adults. Here, I started out with, I'm working on my, in the same journal that I did my 2018 where I did children, but I'm doing adults in different portraits, different heads turned different ways. And I am ready for day 6. So this will do day 6. Now, I had a request to do Mother Teresa. So I am going to sketch this picture in the public domain from a request from Cheryl to do Mother Teresa. I got my lamp here shining in the way. And I really like this position. I really like the angle position of her, and she's got a wonderful smile. So I'm going to use the blue calligraphy ink and maybe some of the blacks. We'll see. Maybe I have my walnut ink here. I have a big jar of it. And I might do that for some of the skin tones. So I'm just going to get started. Maybe I'll zoom in a little so you can see better. Hold on for the ride. There. Okay. So I do want to do as many Inktobers as I can. I would like to get all 31 of them done, but we shall see. I don't know. I'm working in a journal that is a Moleskine journal, and it's fairly thick mixed media paper. I would not call this watercolor paper. It's more, well, it looks like it might be a watercolor paper, but it holds the liquid media pretty good. And I'm really happy with my sketches so far. And that's all these are, sketches, practice sketches. Let's go out here to my YouTube channel so that I can kind of watch what's going on. This is an unlisted stream, but I want to make sure that well, I'm not seeing it. Where am I here? Am I on my channel? Switch account. I might not be on the right one. No, I'm on the right one. Usually I can see my own unlisted. Am I? Well, it says I'm live. I'm just not seeing it here. They must have changed something, or something changed. So I'll have to make sure that I'm going right out there. All right, let's just get started here. And I need to slant this up a little so that the light does not glare on it. There. I think I'm ready to start here. So she is angled this way, the way the camera is, the way the camera shot. So I'm going to start with this portion of her head, right in here. And there's that blue band. And I know there's a name for this headdress. Let's see, that blue band actually catches onto her ear there. So her ear kind of comes there. And her eyebrows come right up almost to the top of the band. And I'm just kind of lightly sketching in. And this might be a smaller sketch. Sometimes I do them large, and sometimes in order to get it to fit the page, let's see, it comes down like this and like that. Now her ear falls right about there, so her neck would be in here. Right in there. And she's got very deep set eyes here. And I might come down on this portion of the page and work on her face again in here, because I'm doing her very small up in here. And her nose, let's see, her eyes are closed and they're very, relatively small in here. Very relatively small. And they're dark. You'll have to see the darkness as I put in the tonal values. And you can just see a portion of her ear down here. And her nose appears very large because of the angle of the camera. And her face kind of comes this way, and you can almost see underneath of her chin here. And you can see her neck going on down in there. And she's got this wonderful smile, show the teeth smile. And then she's got wonderful facial features that I don't want to put too many lines in there with my pen. I'll do that with the ink. And she's got this blue banding coming down this way. And that blue banding underneath of here. Like that. Oh, I like that. And then I'll come down on this portion and do her facial features. But let's work on this with my blue ink and a piece of wax paper as my palette, or even parchment paper will work. Get some out here. Let's see what you're seeing. Yeah, you're seeing it pretty good. Now I think her head is probably a little bit more slender up around in this area here. So I'll probably make that more slender. Let's start out with the blue. Get that blue line in there. And I'm going to brush it in with a brush. Maybe this one? Yeah. So let's get this blue line. Yeah. And that comes like that. Comes down, sort of goes like that, and comes down that way. And then again, coming in here, and down. It has a some lines in like that. Oh, I like that already. Let's wash out my brush. Now I am going to grab in some of this walnut ink. I'm just going to kind of mix it up a little in my jar. This is walnut ink that I made from our walnut tree. Let me get the jar. Uh-oh, can I open it? Did it seal itself? Oh, it did. Now, I don't know if I want to fool with that. Let's see if I can get a hold of the other one. It's a smaller walnut ink from our walnuts. Hopefully, let's put this one away. Hopefully this one will open, or I will go on to something else. Let's kind of shake it a little. There we go. I might work right out of the lid here. And what I want to do is walnut ink in the background. It'll be sort of a blue-brown because I still have blue on my brush, but that's okay. I have a lot of blue on my brush. Now, I said that her head needs to come in more down in here. Let's move this. And you can barely see that white around her headdress, and I think I need to make her cheek a little. Well, I got a lot of blue on that brush, but I can't get more of it out. That calligraphy ink is very, very predominant. I might have to switch to a different brush here. Wait, it's really in there. I'm cleaning out my brush. I'm not sure you can see it. Wow. It's way up in the, that ink is way up in the top of that bristle there. Let's see if I can't get more walnut ink color in here. I might have to, there we go. I might have to dry this a little. Now I'm working just on the top, maybe 5/8 of my page. Yeah. Let's give this a dry. And I don't really go for because these are quick sketches. These are not meant to be final portrait type things. They're more illustrated sketches just to get me practicing. So if it doesn't look like Mother Teresa, I'm okay with that. And you're going to have to be too. Her face needs to be a little bit more slender on this side. All right. let's do that. Her face is more slender in here, like that. She's got this wonderful smile that I haven't put in yet, and then she's got this white sort of a collar, whatever her outfit is. Her neck probably is not that long, that deep. So we can bring that up a little. And then there's all sorts of white on her tunic going on in here. And maybe, let's see, over like that. And then this comes in and falls off around her shoulder and back this way. Now, I want to go in, not with this pen, because this brush still has some blues in it. Let's go to a different brush. And I'm going to pull out the walnut ink, and I want a very, very light wash of walnut ink for underneath her eyes and her mouth area, her forehead area, and underneath of her nose, and her cheek over here, and in her neck area. And I might just keep building that up. This is all dark in here. So the light on her face is hitting right in here and just a little bit on her cheekbone. Let's try that. And since this is so small, I'm going to do her eyes and her face better down, not better, but larger down here. I'm not sure there is a better. I need a touch, just a teeny dab of black. And I've got more dark black magic ink. Yay. And that's really more black than I'll ever want. I really want a gray for the shadowing in here. There's kind of a shadow up there, shadowing in here, around in here, shadowing in here, shadowing in her eye area. All of this area is, and like I said, that's more black than I want. Shadow. Let's go back to the sepia. This area is in shadow. All of this, and underneath of her chin, underneath of her lip. And in there. Now, underneath of her eyes. Well, it doesn't look like she's smiling yet, but we'll get there. Yeah. I don't know what, I guess I used that for. Which is which? Just building up the values here. Now I could even go to this blue, and I want a very, 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 of course don't have blue. Very, 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 very light, light, light blue. To give her some of the shadows on her outfit here. We could even bring that up into her face a little, just yeah, and we'll get her mouth in there. We don't quite have her mouth in there yet. And this is that same light blue right in there. And kind of around the head this way. So let's work on our mouth. I need a small, tiny, tiny brush, or the tinier. And I think I want to go with maybe this walnut, but I need it darker and not real dark. Alrighty. She's got shadowing under the chin. The shadowing comes down into here, and she's got a lot of lines in there. Sometimes you just have to build it up as you go. I'm not quite happy with the lips yet. Under her chin, this area is darker in there. Let's see what you guys are seeing. Her nose would need some work. Her nose needs some work, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Let's wash out my brush a little and go back into the browns. My walnut ink needs to be thickened. I'm going to have to learn how to thicken that walnut ink. The gum arabic is expensive. I don't want to spend a whole bottle of walnut ink of gum arabic. So I'm going to have to see maybe glycerin. Glycerin is oily though. A little bit of lines up in here. And actually her hood has a white line right there. I might have to come in with my white pen and do that. And let's put this side all in. Shadow in here. A little bit of black with that walnut ink. Just to kind of define her face. Now, her teeth are not that white, but they're not dark either. So I want a very, 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 very light walnut ink on her teeth. Just to kind of shade them in a little. There. And let's go back to this blue. And put some blue shading in here. Maybe a little bluish in here. I think I'm pretty happy with it. Let's dry it off, see what it looks like. For a quick sketch, this is just a quick sketch. This is not meant to be a portrait. It's a quick sketch. It's Inktober. It's where I'm playing. Now, I think what I want to do is in this area down here, let's take this blue and let's just kind of divide my page a little. Well, I might have to dip into the blue. Let's dip into the black, the brown, the walnut ink up here. Make it, on this walnut ink, you can make it darker by building up the values, layering it. But I might add a teeny bit of black just because it needs to right in there. Yeah. All right, let's dry that off. I'm pretty happy with it for a sketch. It's a sketch. It's to catch the angle of her head, maybe practice a little on the eyes. However, and of course her nose, I'm not happy with her nose. I'm not happy with her nose. I'm never happy with the noses. Leave it alone, Mary. All right, let's pull this up a little. And let me check my camera. So here it is. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm going to work in this area, right down in here. And what I want, I'm going to enlarge her face. And I want to work on her eyes, maybe her nose a little, but mostly her eyes. It's the eyes. It's the window of the soul. And instead of sketching with the brush, with the pen, I think I'm going to sketch with the brush. And I'm going to dip it into the black first. And her nose kind of comes like that. And let's get it more watery. And has a I'm working on this eye. And of course it's all in shadow. It's all in shadow. So this whole thing can be in shadow like that. Let's blot that a little. But you still see the definite tonal values in here. Yeah. And notice I'm using my ink almost as a paint. But I am sketching. Now, this part of her eye is dark. If you look in there, it's very dark. And it comes like that, maybe like that. And then it has a line for the eyelid. And then it builds up tonal value up in here again. And the eyelid meets the line going here. And the line, come on, like that. And tonal value coming, whoops, down that way. Let's blot that a little. Like that. And then she's got this very definite definition on her nose in there, and kind of up in there. And this is all in shadow up in here. Maybe a little bit lighter. Alright. Now I don't know if I'm going to get this eye on there or not, because it has to go up in there. I'm going to start in here. Let's see, this ridge kind of comes across like that. Now I'm not sure I still have this because it's very intricate in there. Might even still be over just a little bit more. I dipped it in the blue. I meant more black. And this is all dark. This is all dark in here. And it starts forming some lines. Yeah. The eye has a definite shape in here. And it kind of comes down like that. And up again. And then there's these lines. Very fine lines. Now her nose. Her nose. The nostril really starts right about there and kind of comes in here as shading. Maybe down just a little bit further here. Whoops. can keep it light while I'm working. And of course it's dark underneath in this area. Dark in there. And she's got a... Noses are interesting to do because they're so dimensional, yet you want them with some highlight on them. It has a very definite line there. Let's fill in our face over here. In shadow. Maybe we take some of that blue, make a rounded area like that. I like that. Now, I could even bring some of that blue into the shadow down here. I don't want it ultra dark. Bring some of that blue into this area in here. Make it a little bit darker up in here. What are you guys seeing? What are you seeing? Yeah. So there's what I have so far. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm pretty happy with it. It doesn't have to be, for me, you know, I usually have to sketch people and animals 3 or 4 times before I really get them how I like them. So when I do something like this, it doesn't have to be perfect the first time. If I would sketch her umpteen million times, I would get her. Now her lips are, she's smiling, and she's got this once you put a line like that down there in ink, it's pretty much there. You just have to kind of work around it. see if we can't darken this some more. Maybe even some more with this blue. And it comes down probably almost to her eyes like that. I don't want to lose her. I don't want to lose her definition. This down more like that. The more layers you put on, the more wrinkles she's gonna have. Yeah, maybe the side of her face, a little in there. Some of that blue coming this way. What you're trying to do is get a three-dimensional depiction out on a 2D piece of paper. Now, let's see if I can't define her. Keeps going dark on me. And you're just seeing a little of her lower, a little of her lower lip in here. I'm beginning to like it. I think I'm beginning to like it. Let's grab some of this black and put it in here. And she has a definite, another definite line coming up this way. Let's bring this down a little. Oops, without getting my hands in there. Yeah, I'm liking this. Now, let's see if I can't grab some more of this black with the, and darken this. I need a bigger brush. More black. Yeah. Gotta blow the nose. Get that in there. Ruined my video for me. Cough. Make sure you cough pretty loud so the whole world can hear it. Irritates me. Bring that down in there like that. Oh, I'm liking it. I am liking it. Let's put some of that blue up in there. Makes it darker. There we go. I'm going to call that done. The nose isn't perfect. The eyes could be better. A little bit more shadow in there, maybe. Up in here. A little more shadow, dark shadow in there. It isn't totally shadowy though. I think I'm going to yeah. I think I am going to call it done. Pretty happy with it. Let's put the lids back on everything before I spill anything. For a quick sketch. Let's wash out my brushes here. I don't think I used that one. I don't think I used that one. I used these. Looks like I got another brush in there, a little one. Alrighty. So let's zoom out a little and dry it a little maybe. Cancel. like that. Sorry I've got all this space over here. It's the way my camera is. Let's move this over there a little. Oops. So I'm pretty happy with it. Let's give it a dry. It isn't perfect, but it's not meant to be perfect. It would be perfect if I spent 4 weeks on it. But I think I definitely got the angle of her head here. I think I accomplished that, and I accomplished a lot of detail on her face. Let's put this away. Where? Here for now. I need to sign it. And I want to put a black line around it, which isn't going to show too much. It'll show more down in there, which is fine. And this photo came from Wiki reference, and this is day 6. So, let's see. Hashtag Inktober 2020, day 6. And I'm just going to put Wiki reference. And then I'm going to sign it. Day 6. There we go. Day 6, Mother Teresa. All right. Thanks for watching, and I will see you again on day 7. Bye for now. Oh, I will say this took me an hour. It took me an hour to do this. So like I said, if I spent lots and lots and lots of time, like 4 or 5 hours, and really studied out the proportions and detail and all that, this is just a quick sketch. This is an hour sketch. And I think it's fine. Yeah, I'm happy with it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on day 7. Bye for now.